afternoon. Welcome to Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Carol. This is my daughter, Jennifer. We're going to have a surprise guest later, and we're glad to have you here. This is episode 42, which we find surprising, very surprising. Yeah. And we're delighted, and we're glad you're back. If you're returning, if you're new, hope you hang around and find out how crazy we are. And we really enjoy doing this, and we enjoy knowing all of you. We feel like we have a lot of new friends, and it's a lot of fun.
I was reading comments this morning. I usually do the comments the morning that we film. Lately, I used to keep up with them, but not lately. And the number of people who say, "You really make me laugh." I don't know if we should be proud of that or not.
Who was it? Somebody I know made the comment that they don't usually drink when we talk.
Yeah, especially her.
Oh. No, I'm not that bad.
Well, you are, and that's what they like. The Viagra of cross stitch.
That's what I was going to say, but then I thought you'd get mad at me if I mentioned that again. Yes, I did mention that to a lady in the store the other day. I said, "Oh yeah, you'll have to watch us." I said, "I talk about the Viagra of cross stitch," and she said, "Oh." So I hope you're watching. I didn't get your name, but I know you were a little surprised. But it's okay. We keep it clean most of the time.
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, so our quilt of the day is Jennifer's.
Yes.
And it needs a desperate bath.
It does. All right, so this is kind of a twofer because this is my Girl Scout t-shirt quilt that my mom made. So today we're going to talk about some special Girl Scout memories. And so I thought it would be the perfect day to bring my Girl Scout t-shirt quilt. Every single one of these shirts has so many memories.
And spots.
Yeah, it really needs a bath. Yeah, this is a camp t-shirt, older girl lock-in, trip to Canada. I mean, just amazing stuff. So mom made this for me after college, or maybe she started it when I was in college, but I was living here and she had a friend who was coming to Indy for something who brought it, and I went to the hotel and got it from her. And the bag it was in has never appeared again. It was given to me in like a paper bag because she said, "Where's my bag?" The next time she came up, I said, it came in a grocery store bag. So the bag disappeared somewhere. But I love this quilt, first of all, because of the memories, but also because it is a cool t-shirt quilt. It is not just straight up and down t-shirts, which that's fine. I've made some of those. But it has checkerboards, half square triangles, flying geese, all different patterns to connect the t-shirts. And so it's really fun. And I've made one in this style. I might have to get it back. It's the one I made Bill. So I made one in this style for a friend of mine, also with t-shirts. And I might have to steal that back for an episode in the future. But yep, this is one of my favorites. And it must have pained her because there's a lot of purple in this.
Well, to be honest, I did all of this part, but I was very, very, very early in my quilting career. And I got them all done, and I had no clue what to do with it. And one of my great friends in Houston, Fran, said, "I know a lady who can quilt it and put it together for you." And back then, I didn't want quilting over the t-shirts because I didn't think that would be good. Now I know it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been better because then they're all fused, but they would have been flat and everything. So I gave her the fabric. I did some of the piecing of these, but she did a lot of it and put it together for me. And
I didn't know she assembled. I knew she quilted it.
She did, I gave her some segments, and then I put the binding on. I look at it now and I think I should probably go back and take it off and put it on again because the stitching really wasn't very good.
Is there a label on that corner? I was going to see if we have a year.
No.
Yeah.
There is.
1999. Yep, Girl Scout memories.
So, it was a real challenge for me, but I'm glad it was finished, and I think it looks good, and she liked it, and that was the best part.
Yeah, and during COVID, we played one of those silly bingo games where you ran around like a scavenger hunt where you ran around your house and picked stuff up, and one of the categories was if you had to get out of your house quickly, what's one thing you would grab? And I would say 90% of the people on the call grabbed their cell phone, and I grabbed my Girl Scout t-shirt quilt. So I won that round. And I have my proud Girl Scout alum t-shirt on today. I will tell you a little bit more about why we're talking about Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd wear one of my Girl Scout shirts. I should have told you, you have Girl Scout t-shirts still.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah.
Lots of them. I should probably make a Girl Scout.
All right.
Yeah. So we'd like to say hi to Celia from Greenwood. She came in the store with her friend from Frankfurt. And it was very nice to meet you, Celia. And hope you come back soon. And I worked 4 days this week, so I'm a little brain dead. But I got to meet more people, see a lot of people. And also we'd like to thank a few people for mentioning us. Stitching by the Shore, Karen Combs, who is a quilter. I don't know that she stitches.
She does stitch.
Oh, she does? Okay.
It was a Flosstube.
Oh, okay.
And last time I had a quilt, it was her pattern.
It was her pattern.
And she
That's
saw
what she
it
saw
and commented on it,
yes.
which was pretty cool.
And then also Stitching Scotty, who we know because she comments a lot on our floss tubes. And then also we have some new subscribers: Susan, Kathy, Ellen, Rosebud Stitcher, and Amanda. And that's probably not all of them, but Jennifer went through. I worked for 4 days. She went to the fair yesterday, so she came home and she was brain dead from the heat.
Yeah.
And I was just brain dead from trying to mess at the store. Yeah. So as a result, we pulled out a few, and we welcome you and hope you'll stick around and hit the subscribe button and the like button and come back.
Yeah. Good.
And so we jumped into Quilt of the Day first.
Yeah. Do you want to talk life updates? Like you said, you've been working at the store. The store owner at Persnickety Stitchers in Zionsville is
at a seminar.
At a seminar for
needlepoint.
Yeah.
She's a needlepointer. I'm the cross stitcher.
Yeah.
So anybody who comes in with a needlepoint project, I'm like, okay, right off, I'm telling you, I do not needlepoint, so don't look for big answers. Yeah. I'll help you as much as I can.
So you worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you go in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, and usually you work 1 day a week, so it's been a big change.
Yep.
But you've had some fun. You've sold a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So it's been fun.
And then one night I walked in the house with dinner I picked up at one of the local restaurants, and I walked in, I said to my husband, dinner's ready. I was like, I'm not cooking tonight.
Yeah.
So but it's fine. I mean, I enjoy it, and I get to meet some great people. And I even had a puppy throw up on me once. But she's cute. She's a little tiny thing. She brings her in all the time. And
speaking of puppies, we had lots of comments and questions because last time we had just gone and seen a puppy right before. You're still dogless. Yeah. But she'll get to take care of my dog for a few days.
Yeah.
We had a little rundown last night with the 16-year-old who's going to be home with her about what his responsibilities are while he's staying with Gran. That include walking the dog. So, yeah. It's
going to be a busy week for me and for him. I'm going to sleep down there so he can get the school bus, but then I've got to run home because we've got some early morning doctor appointments, and it's going to be a crazy week. And retreat is coming up this week, so we finish retreat on Sunday, and they leave on Tuesday, and all hell breaks loose. So it's going to be
a busy time. Busy time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Busy.
So,
but it's good. Keeps me off the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Mom said, I went to the state fair yesterday. We went as a family. That was one of my daughter's items she wanted to do before she left town, and we had a good time. It was very warm. Very grateful for the buildings that do have air conditioning. There was a great breeze as we walked in, so we were like, great, if we have this breeze all day, it doesn't even matter that it's warm. But as soon as you get in between the buildings, it was just humid. But I entered 7 items in the state fair this year, and I won 3 ribbons. And the one I'm most proud of is I won a first place ribbon in cross stitch. So I'll put a picture of that here. I stitched this piece over the last 2 years. I think I either finished it in 21 or 22, and I just had it framed earlier this year. It is framed from Michaels. It was a sunset kit that I picked up at a stitching sale for $3 or $5. It was super cheap. Yeah. And I want to tell you, I've now won 2 cross stitch ribbons for things stitched on Ada. I'm thinking, both of them were stitched on Ada, which you know, a lot of times I think there are people in the cross stitch world who feel like, oh, I only stitch on Aida, or
there are people who say you only stitch on Aida.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
comes both ways.
And I took a good look when I was at the fair yesterday. There were a lot of Aida pieces that got ribbons, so I was very proud of it. It was very exciting to walk up and have a ribbon on my cross stitch. I put in 2 other cross stitch items that didn't get ribbons, which is fine. I'm looking forward to seeing the comments on them, and they were also in a category that has a lot of items. It's like the all other, like everything that's not framed goes into that category.
Oh.
So it's stand-ups and mounted pieces and flat folds and pin cushions and pillows. It's a huge category. I wish they would split it up, but
oh yeah,
I'll have to talk to them about that.
Yeah.
And then I entered 4 quilts,
out of the picture.
And I won 2 honorable mentions. One for End of the Rainbow, which is my son's quilt. Did I?
You guys have seen that, I think. I think so.
That? Yeah, if not, I'll bring that on a future episode. I think I finished that right when we started filming, so I may have just shown a picture.
No, maybe.
And not the actual quilt. Maybe I can show it before it winds up back on his bed. So that got an honorable mention in the bed, quilt, machine pieced, and machine quilted category, bed size. And then I got an honorable mention for my Wind Drifter, which was the little quilt along we did last year. And Wind Drifter was in the machine pieced, machine quilted wall hanging category, which is a little bit smaller category, but man, there's some pretty stuff in that category. Some that has more art quilts than like the bed and the lap quilt category, and there were some really pretty ones. So I really enjoyed. I told everybody yesterday that I wanted to end our day at that building because I knew they'd all be tired and a little bit grouchy, and it's air conditioned. And we got there, and I was like, "You guys go look, go sit." They plopped down on benches. They all started scrolling on their phones, and I took as long as I wanted to walk around and look at everything. So it was very fun. Let me tell you this: the best part about entering things in the state fair, you get 6 fair tickets. Just the math
included with
here,
your entry.
Included with your entry. An entry of one item is $30, and then it's 50 cents for each item after that. Fair tickets are $14 a piece. So you do the math for a family of 4, and it's real easy, real quick
to enter.
Yeah.
Just one thing, and you got ahead.
So I'm like, each year I'm going to enter so that we can go to the fair for free. So
we won't talk about how much it cost her to make her entries to go to the
know.
fair for free.
I didn't even think about that. But anyway, I'm making the stuff anyway.
Her free entries,
Yeah. So anyway, it was very fun. Always love seeing this stuff. And I'll go pick up my items, not tomorrow, Monday, but a week from Monday. So if you're in Indiana and you go to the state fair, look for pieces that have my name on them, or pieces you've seen here. And let me know.
You'll recognize the lighthouse one. That's the one.
I absolutely love it when my friends go and send me a picture. They're like, I saw your quilt. It's like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And the other big life activity, and why I'm wearing my Girl Scout shirt and have my Girl Scout quilt, is because last Sunday we had our final bridging ceremony, bridging to adults, and a celebration of our Girl Scout troop. And it was very fun. I got choked up twice.
Me too.
I got some big hugs. It was the best. And that, I think I might have already talked about this, but that's what I've been stitching my inspirational pieces for.
No, you didn't tell them what it was for. You just kept saying you were stitching them, but you didn't say what they were for.
Okay, so my inspirational stitches were for my 5 scouts who made it all the way through 12th grade in scouting. And then I had one who moved, didn't make it through, but she got a graduation gift. That was an inspirational stitch. Finished differently, but still, she got a stitch piece for me. So I'll put in some pictures while I'm talking. I finished them all as flat folds, and each one had a saying that was, I felt like appropriate for that person, you know. So they really seem to enjoy them. The one who you'll see, well, I think there's 2 who have their hair colored, but the one with the short, spiky colored hair said they got the one that's on the navy blue with the
Yeah.
bright green and bright purple, and they said, my hair's been all of these colors. So that was really fun. And then in the flat fold in the back, there was a little pocket in each of them. And so I wrote them a letter and told them, you know, what I appreciated about them in scouting and like what specific skills and capabilities they contributed to the troop. So that was really fun. I actually I got more choked up writing those notes than I think I did at the ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah. So
she got choked up at the ceremony.
I did. I had to stop.
Yeah.
Twice.
And I got a little teary because with her doing this, it brought back memories of doing it with our troop.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm still attached to a bunch of the girls. And
let's take a picture when we go downstairs, and I'll insert a picture from our troop's final ceremony as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we could take a picture of that picture. That was back in the day when you had a camera and you took film and had it developed. But you have it on your dresser.
Yeah,
and so
I do. I've had it there for over 20 years.
Yeah, and I plan to do the same thing. Yeah. Is print out the picture of the 5 of them with their inspirational stitches.
And with you. I was in your picture.
Yeah.
You want to be in the picture with them.
I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. So it was very fun.
It was a neat ceremony. The girls did the whole thing. They planned it all themselves. Mm-hmm. So it was a little different.
We had this long slideshow with no music. So it was kind of awkward.
We all just watched.
And then they just laughed because they knew
everything that was in each
all
picture.
The inside jokes, and everybody else is just looking like, okay, whatever. But anyway, that's what happens. Girl Scouts is about girl driven and girl planned. And you know what? I've learned a lot over the years. I took over the troop in 4th grade. They don't do it the way I do it, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's different, and they're learning important skills along the way. So those are all
they haven't. I was just going to say they haven't been as close in the last year or so as they have been. Some of them have gone off to different schools or, you know, for different reasons. They've had jobs or whatever. But it was interesting to watch them all there because they all were together. And it was really neat. There was no separation. And even one of the girls who moved to the other side of town and couldn't be in the troop anymore came, and she fit right back in with them. Yeah. It was really, it's Girl Scouting is a strong bond. Mm-hmm. Strong bond.
Yep. So 3 of them are going off to college, 2 of them out of state. 2 are staying here and taking some time to work before going on. And so I look forward to seeing them all over the holidays and seeing how things are going. So yes, it was very fun. They all went out afterwards. I went home and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I couldn't stitch. I couldn't. So I don't know. I was just like overcome with the emotion of it and everything. So it was a good day.
Takes a lot out of you.
Well, and I think it's the different. It was the end.
I was going to say it's the end, and you know that you're not going to have a meeting in 2 weeks with them. And you're not going to be texting with them about have you done this or you need to do that, or they won't be texting you. You know, and it's a separation, and it's hard.
Yeah, and that's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, we cry over dogs and Girl Scouts. What can I tell you?
Let's move on to questions.
Yes. Oh, here
and
we
let's
go.
show a little bit of stitching. So last time, our question for you was, if you're doing a single color stitch, what color would you use? So let's start by showing your 2 single color stitches.
This was a mystery, and unfortunately, when I started it, not knowing how big it was going to be, I started in the middle of the. You got the paper here. Yeah, in the middle of the piece of fabric. So as a result, I have a lot of wasted fabric. Yeah. But anyway, I've never framed this. I'm kind of looking for frames. I hadn't thought about it for a while. But when we talked about the single color stitching, I thought, oh, I forgot about that. So this was fun to do, and it was a mystery.
Is it on some kind of...
It's on red fabric.
Fiddler's cloth? Or
No,
it's Aida.
It's Aida. I think it's red Aida.
It's a high count, though.
Yeah.
It's like 18 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun to do.
Look at those white stitches, you guys. Beautiful white stitches on that red.
Yeah, it was really
You think
pretty.
it was DMC? Probably?
God only knows. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I would think so. It looks like it. It looks like it. Is it 1 thread or 2? Looks like 1.
I can't
look
tell.
on the back. You can tell back here where. Well, that's
2. It was
2. It was 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is the ornament I did. I have a whole bunch of red and white patterns. And this was one I finished, and it hung on my wall for a long time. And last year I gave it to Teresa to finish, and she did a great job.
Yeah, it's really
But that
pretty.
was white, red on white. So, gosh, I wonder what colors I'd use if I were doing
I
single color
wonder.
stitching.
Yeah.
I thought it would be blue.
And
But,
I don't think I've stitched much one color. Oh, I didn't think to bring mine. I have a Christmas or a winter theme that's white on navy. But I haven't stitched a whole lot
and I have
of
the one
other...
downstairs, halfway up the stairs.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
blue and white.
Yeah, we've shown that in the past.
So if we pause, we'll run down and get it,
yeah,
because that's pretty.
But you also have a ton, and I have several JBW patterns from Judy Whitman.
Yes.
And those are beautiful one color patterns.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
All right, well, let's go to the results of what you all said. So some of you mentioned specific colors, so I will mention those. Some of you told me all the one color things, so I don't know. These numbers are a little bit crazy, but that's okay. No surprise, red was number 1. Something about red and white. It's true in quilts. It's true in stitching.
Yeah.
There's a lot of samplers that are red on white, you know. It's just something about red and white. So 27 of you either are or would choose red. A couple were specifically mentioned. Sampler threads cranberry.
Ooh, that's a pretty
I'm
color.
sure that's a pretty color. DMC 221 and 321. Oh, and I should have said, you might want to pause and go get your DMC color card as I say these numbers to look them up and see what they are. So DMC 221 and 321.
321's a pretty red.
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah.
Second, what do you think second choice was? You're peeking, aren't you?
Okay, I'll sit over here. I would hope it would be blue.
You are correct. 17 people said blue.
Yay.
And the DMC colors they pointed out specifically were 820 and 939. I think 939 is like a dark blue, but I don't remember.
Could be.
In third place, my favorite, green. There were 12 people who said green, and the only one who mentioned a colorway said DMC 500 to 504 range. That's a great range. 6 people said your least favorite color. Purple. That's what my daughter would choose, purple. Yep. 5 people said black. And I know it was Michelle who commented on black coffee. She's about to start a very large project, if she hasn't started already, with Classic Colorworks Black Coffee.
That's Penny's daughter shares.
Yeah. Michelle at Penny's Daughter shares. Let's see. That was 5. And then we had 3 who said white. Somebody mentioned B5200, which is a DMC color, the bright white.
Let me just say that the other day, I never really paid attention to the difference, but we have it 5200 and white hanging, a blanc hanging next to each other up in the pearl cotton.
Yeah.
And there is definitely, boy, that 5200 is definitely a strong, bright white.
Huh.
I never realized that.
How much of a difference?
Noticeable.
Yeah.
Noticeable. Yeah. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I never paid attention to it before.
Also with 3 was brown, chocolate brown, and somebody mentioned leather bound from Cottage Garden, which I assume is a brown. I just guessed that it was a brown. And then we get into the 2s. We had 2 who said pink. One of those was pink tourmaline from Dinky Dyes. 2 who said aqua or teal.
Yeah.
Love that color too.
That would be.
And then the singles, 1 dark gray. 1 who said any misdyed color from Color and Cotton. They just had a big sale on their
Yes, I
misdyed
saw
with
that.
big hanks.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I don't.
Anyway. We refrained.
And then one person, and I really like this, said I let the fabric decide what the best color is. And several people commented that too, that it's based on the pattern. Like if it's a holiday pattern, they might do green or red, whereas if it's patriotic, they might do blue or red.
Right.
And then several people had a very hard choice picking one color. So they were like red or blue or green or maybe black. So it's clear that a lot of you enjoy one color stitching and have either several whips underway, or you have several things kitted up, ready to start, or you're looking forward to stitching one color pieces.
And 2 or 3 of you sent us some pictures, and I'll make a note.
Oh, yeah.
To
okay.
insert the pictures.
I'll insert those pictures here. Thanks for sending those pictures, and we hope you enjoyed seeing them.
Yeah. And Deborah would like to see Jen's pets. I think I put pictures on Instagram of the cat when she was moving so that Jennifer knew she was alive. And I never took a picture of Grace, but we'll see what we can do about that.
I'm sure I can scare up a picture of Grace, probably both of them to put in.
Yeah.
They won't make an appearance because we don't film at our house. So
right.
Yeah, and
we'd have to be upstairs and down because Grace doesn't go up and the cat doesn't come down.
And sometimes I will film a little segment in my sewing area, which is in the basement, but neither of them comes down there, which is actually kind of nice. My old dog used to hide under the batting when I was quilting, and occasionally I would go to roll the quilt and it wouldn't move because the dog was like curled up on the batting. I know I've seen a lot of cats do that too, or they have to leave things if they have a quilt on the machine so that the cat doesn't make it like a hammock. So yeah. All right.
Okay, and then Susan was asking about your temperature chart. She wanted to know, does she choose her own colors or use the charted one?
I am using the charted colors. The range goes pretty far. It goes, it happens to be on top. So let's see. These are the charted colors from the darkest red, which...
Show her the chart.
Hopefully.
It comes with the chart.
Well,
so
this is part of what you buy. So I don't want to show that because that's
but the deal is you are not expected to pick your charts. The designer has done the choosing for you so that you have the gradation that you need. The range.
Yeah, but I think depending on where you live, like if you live somewhere where it never gets cold, like let's say you live in Florida or Texas and it doesn't get that cold, you might want to shift the range so that you actually have blues and purples. Or you'll never have those colors.
You could. Yeah.
So this range goes, this is the darkest red. Lord, I hope I don't have to use it. 106 plus.
Oh, Lord.
And this is the lightest light, which is 7 degrees or lower.
And that might happen.
Maybe.
That happened last year.
Yeah.
When the water in my bathroom upstairs froze.
That's true. So I would say, let's see, so far, 211. I've used that much of the range. So I haven't used the 3 lightest or the 4 darkest up through the beginning of August. So yeah, she gives you the temperature chart, but I think all of them do. And if I lived in a climate that didn't have as much temperature variety, I would probably switch it. This has about 3 degrees, 3 to 4 degrees for each range until you get really cold, and then they're a little bit bigger. So yeah.
And then Sheila asked if there were any tips about sewing with cork. I just cut it with my rotary cutter. I've read some things about you should use this needle or that, whatever, and I'm not that OCD, so I just pretty much sew with what's on my machine. And I've used regular thread. I use Aurifil and cotton Aurifil. And whatever needle I haven't broken. That's usually when I change my needles, when I break one. And so...
You guys, she was so mad at me years ago at a retreat because I made her change her needle. And then she broke her needle in her finger. And then she was mad because she hadn't used that needle very long. And I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. And when I got back, my boss was like, did your mom really break a needle in her finger? I said, Yeah, she did, but she was okay. She didn't bleed on her fabric.
Yeah. One time I put it through my nail.
Yeah.
That was one Friday night at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and it broke. So I had the needle sticking out of my finger.
Yeah.
So I went downstairs to ask my husband to help me get the needle out. And I said, I have a little problem. Can you, and he tends to overreact a little bit. And I said, can you help me? I said, I just broke a needle off and it's stuck in my finger. And he was like, oh my God. And he was jumping up and down. And does it hurt? Is it going to bleed? Oh, we have to get it out and everything. So I went in the bathroom. I got a pair of tweezers and I pulled the needle out as he was jumping around the house like a maniac.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, can you put a bandage around it? Well, is it going to be okay? Do we need to go? I said, just put a Band-Aid around it. I came back upstairs, put a new needle and kept sewing.
Yeah.
So,
and she might not have changed her needle since then, you guys.
Right. No, she has, because she's broken a few since then.
Oh, yeah.
But no, really, I've had no issues with the cork. It cuts with a rotary cutter fine. I use a good ruler and everything, and I have a cutting mat, so it's not a problem. And you've seen, I've done tons of stuff with cork. I have several bags that I should really take to retreat with me and at least make one of them.
Yeah.
And so you'll see, as time progresses, maybe I'll finish a few more. But I love working with it.
I do too. I was going to say I've only made 1 or 2 things with cork, but it's really nice.
Yeah. I use it a lot on my embroidery machine. I've had no issues there, knock wood. You've seen it. I've made all the key rings. I've made the coasters. I've made some little purses. I've gone a little overboard, I think, since I made 60-some key rings. But yeah, I've had no issues. Yeah. So it's fun.
Just jump in.
I would suggest that you buy cork from a good source. A quilt store, or one I can recommend online is Sally Tomato. I have found that the cork at some of the big box stores is not quite
the same quality.
Yeah. The backing isn't as good or something like that. So I won't mention names, but I will suggest that you search out a good supplier.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it.
All right. Shall we go into some stitching?
Sure.
You want me to share some whips?
Sure.
Okay.
I only have one.
We'll start with the temperature stars chart. So last time I saw you, I was pretty far behind, and I stitched on this for 5 or 6 days, and I caught up.
Oh, wow.
So I'm caught up through to last week, and there we are. So that is the temperatures in Indianapolis with the colors you saw a few minutes ago. This is on 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana, which I absolutely love. It's just a great piece of fabric. My hottest day is down here in the bottom middle. I think it was 91. I'm pretty sure 91. You can see a lot of those kind of yellowy oranges, a lot of days in the 80s. And the lower 80s are yellows and the higher 80s are more the oranges. So there have been some cool days. There's a couple of greens that pop in there where it was like 78 or 76.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
So,
maybe
tomorrow is going to be
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the 70s.
Yeah. So that's where I am. It's hard to believe. I mean, look at that.
I know.
I'm more than halfway past the
year.
I can't believe I'm going to fill the rest of it in the other half of the year, but I guess I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
She probably worked that out.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You just keep going round and round and round.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I did mess up a little bit because one night I wasn't paying attention and I started stitching on it upside down. Oh. And I had like 4 or 5 days I stitched and then I had to take out. Because of course I realized as I was stitching the 5th one, I was like, why is there a gap over there? Because that's where I should have started. But anyway, so that's one. My second one is this little tiny modernist piece. I think I showed this last time. This is Crab Dance, and I am stitching this as a shop model for Persnickety Stitchers on a tight little piece of Aida. So this is Lilac Aida, 14 count, and I really like how this guy is popping off of that. As Helen would say at Helen D, East Coast Crafter, it's dead crab dance because they're only red when they're dead. She said that about crabs and lobsters. So there's the dead crab dance, Helen. So yeah, this one's really fun. I will keep going on this, and there's not that much left. I have to do the rest of the fish and shells and things around the crab, and then a border, and that will be done. And I have an idea of how I want to finish this, so hopefully, especially since it's a shop model, it will be a quick finish.
Especially since it's so small, you don't have a lot of choices.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that this piece of fabric had already been cut for something else, and then we decided not to do that shop model. It was smaller, and so I looked around the shop to find something that would fit on it. So happy to do that. Should I keep going? Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Next is Landscape, Works by ABC, which is Arlene Cohen. I'm really liking the stuff she's putting out for the August needlework market. She always
which is in a week and a half or 2 weeks.
She always has good stuff. So this I am also stitching for a shop model, and I worked on it, I think, just 2 days, but I got like an extra column and a half done. These are going to come together and meet, and then I'm almost to the point where I get to put in that sun going down at the end of the day, and then I just have, I think, 3 more rows left after that. So it's getting close to a finish. This one it's an easy stitch, might be getting a little bit repetitive.
Yeah.
So I'm very motivated now to get to the point where I get to put in that other color.
Yeah.
So one more color goes in, and there's just 4 colors in this chart, and it's really showing up nicely on this screen. It doesn't show up as nicely on my camera. The light green really gets washed out, but it does stand out in person. And this is also a 32 count. I think it's, yes, smoky white linen.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a printed linen, like Vintage Country Mocha, which is plain white on the back and the smoky white on the front. And this one I have no idea how I'm going to finish, but I will need to figure it out because it's also a shop model.
No, you don't.
Not that. I forgot to put my temperature one in, so that has to go in. And then my last whip, I've really spent more time on specific projects. And I've had a lot of days I didn't stitch because of all the other stuff going on. So the last whip I have is Block Party 31st by Hands On Design. This is so fun. I love it. And it's kind of a partial finish with dog hair because I finished the long part. Yeah. So this is all done, and I decided to do the outlining at the same time. I am using all the called for colors. However, when I outlined this, I'm using the DMC. For the others, I'm using the fancy floss, but I decided I'm not going to use fancy floss for the outline. So I went down to my DMC. No, I came over to your DMC and she had the color. And then I found out the reason I couldn't find it is because it was on my temperature chart. That's my hottest color. And then I started, this is the bottom. So this one has a top and a bottom to make the little mattress pin cushion. Oh, and one of these was in the State Fair in my category that I had my 2 in. I think it won a ribbon. It was done really nicely. It was the Meow, the cat one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really pretty. So I started the bottom, and that's moving along. And I'm just realizing I didn't mark which was the top. So I don't think it matters because it's all the same. So I have to finish the bottom, and then I have to stitch the top piece, and then it'll all be ready to put together. So I don't have I mean, I'd love to finish it by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be okay. Honestly, I'd be fine with that. So
fall. Finish it by
fall. Yes. This would be, if I get this one finished, I might put it in the State Fair next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's all my whips.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have a couple, like I was working on that one Mill Hill kit that's the Ranger for my son-in-law, and I haven't touched that in forever. I think I'm going to take that to retreat because I think I'm at the point where I can bead, and I can bead at retreat. And then I have the hands-on design one that we're going to make the bags that match, and I haven't touched that. It's just, it's been crazy. I don't know. I've been doing some more sewing, and everything. But anyway, this is called Highland Woods, and it's by Pedal Pusher. And I'll hold it this way so you can see it. And it's really pretty. Again, it's a one color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one color.
This is what got us asking the question.
Yeah.
Because I think you had started it last time. Yeah. And the other thing I want to point out on the back is she did ornaments in green, and I think they're so pretty too. This is a very versatile pattern.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been working on this, and I was busy at the store Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, whatever, I don't even know. And so I decided Saturday I was just going to stitch. I mean, that was in addition to waiting on customers and everything, but I had a big order to check in and get price and everything. So I did, and I thought I would get the trunk finished, but I didn't.
Aww.
So this is how far I am on that. And I just have to do that trunk, and then the middle tree is completely done. And the best part was, as I was finishing it up, all the pieces the segments came together where they were supposed to. I was a little concerned about that. Yeah.
It's always good when that happens.
So anyway, I'm doing that on 28 count Jobelin antique white, and I'm using Turkish red.
Yeah.
4 skeins by weeks. Yeah. 4 skeins. 4 skeins. But I'm really,
and you're doing
over 2.
2 over 2.
2 over 2.
2 threads over 2.
And I'm really enjoying it. It's going quickly, and I love it. I just think it looks so nice. Yeah. So I'm real pleased with that. And I've been pushing to get that finished because it's a shop model and it needs to be up. So and then I have another one that, well, we're not doing finishes yet, are we? Can we go into finishes?
Yeah. We can go into finishes. That's
so I have another one that I finished, but I can't show you because it's my swap for retreat. We do a small exchange. And so the stitching is done and I just have to put it together, which I'll probably
You'll do the night before
Wednesday
retreat.
Night at midnight, but but then the last time I think we met, I was working on the pumpkin, and then these 2 patterns, one was loaned to me by a friend who's coming to retreat, and this is the autumn pumpkin, and it's by Twisted Threads, and then this is the autumn acorn by Twisted Threads, and they are done 1 over 1 on 32 count. Okay.
That's
I'm
cozy.
done with 32 count 1 over 1. This was done on desert sand, and
we found this scrap and thought the color was good.
So this is the color, and there they are. And I showed you the last time, I believe, that I bought those little tiny rings from Hobby Lobby, and they fit in there. I had hoped to get them finished because I had the little tiny frames that they fit in, but I think that I'm going to put them in the little tiny rings. Yeah. I'm going to try and get them done before retreat so I can put them out for show and tell. But
do you want to explain what happened on the left there?
Oh yeah, I got well. It's a screw up. I made a mistake, so I started taking it out, and taking out 1 over 32, whether it's the middle of the night or the middle of the day, is not fun. So Jennifer said, for God's sakes, you've got enough fabric, start it over.
Yeah, this is the piece of fabric she's working with.
And I was,
I said, it's quicker to just start it over than to rip that tiny stitching out.
And once I started it over, it went very quickly. And it's surprising, I really didn't have to use much magnification on it. I thought I would, but I guess I have good glasses and good light. And I pretty much used a light all the time when I worked on it. But I took it to Stitch Group, and there I just, we're at the bank, and they have good light. So so I'm going to return this see, I started the pumpkin first because I thought Kim loaned me the pumpkin, but she came in the store and said, oh no, I loaned you the acorn. So then I had to turn around and do the acorn fast. So I'm going to finish these before this week, before Thursday. And so I can give it back to her. Yeah. So remind me, Kim, if I don't, I'm going to put it in my bag. So that's really all I've been working on because
you've been busy.
I've been busy.
Life has been busy.
Yeah.
I have one finished.
Yay.
And a couple episodes ago, I talked about a couple things and said if I just put on my big girl pants and spent a couple nights on them, I would finish them. So I did. One of them was the Halloween piece, and the other one was National Park's Birthday by the Frosted Pumpkin. And it is finished. I don't think I need anything behind it. So there it is. And this is stitched on 25 count pearl linen natural. I don't believe this fabric is available anymore. I love it though. I love how it turned out. I'm going to go real close so you can see the natural. It's perfect for this piece. So
what's the white in the bottom say?
It's snowflakes.
Oh, it's snowflakes. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
snowflakes, autumn leaves. I think those, yeah, autumn leaves in the bottom left. And I've talked about this before, but I don't think I've finished them. So the two very pale blonde girls are my twin nieces. And both of them worked at a state park in the summer. One of them was their
National Park.
National Park, thank you. One or both of them has also worked at a state park. And one of them was working at Jewel Cave or Wind Cave, can't remember which one, when we went out west. So she gave us the tour. It was very fun.
The family, friends and family tour.
Yeah, well, it was the regular tour, but she hung at the back with us. It was very fun. And of the parks pictured here, I think it's Yellowstone with the bison, been there, because there's a geyser. Volcanoes Park, been there. Very sad to see what's happening in Hawaii from the fires. Oh my gosh, I know it's a different island, but heartbreaking. I think this one on the left might be Badlands. Been there. On the bottom, Joshua Tree, haven't been there. Smoky Mountains, we went there together.
Yes, we did.
And I think this is Acadia. Been there. It was probably my favorite of the ones that are on here. So I plan to frame this in a rusticy looking wood frame. I think it deserves that.
That could go in the state fair too.
It could, yeah.
That's really pretty. It would be perfect.
So I'm very happy with how it turned out. And
it's very nice.
Next time you see it, it'll be framed. But don't hold your breath because that may not happen anytime soon. I stitched it with the DMC colors. It is charted with Cosmo. There are differences. I could tell, you know, as I was looking at her picture and looking at mine. So I did make some substitutions. I picked a darker brown that went into the bison, and it was a couple places. The tree, the Joshua tree, I think, and in the cabin in the Smoky Mountains. That was just a little bit darker brown because I felt like that looked better on my fabric and with my other colors.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's fine.
Yeah, so a couple of adjustments, but stitched with DMC because at the time I didn't own any Cosmo floss. But then when I went to Acorns and Threads, I bought some. But for another purpose. So that's my one stitching finish for this time.
Yeah.
And I have one FFO.
Wow.
Do you have any FFOs?
Yeah, they're sitting on the table. They're not.
Oh, no. NYFFO?
Yeah.
Not yet fully
not
finished?
Yet finished, yeah.
TBD soon, fully finished?
Yep.
So this one I showed you last time as a finish. And I might have, did I have it mounted? I don't know if I did.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Sunshine House by Little Stitch Girl. This was a super fun little stitch. I think, did I start this in Stitch Mania? I can't remember. It was fun. And I had this board. I'll take this off. It's magnetized on from Hobby Lobby. And it is, Mom's going to read you the item number, the HL number.
It's HL 9182680 from Christmas 2022, and it was $9.99.
Yes. Now I can cut that off, that we've had that. So I just stuck a magnet and slapped it on there. It is a tiny bit bigger, but one of my WIPCO goals for, I don't know which month, I forgot to bring my WIPCO board, you guys, was use an existing finishing piece. Ta-da! So, and I have another house to stitch.
Oh,
Blossom House, I think. So I'll be able to switch it out.
Mm-hmm.
Although they're not super seasonal. So this is nice. Yeah. It's really thick, so it can sit on a mantle or on a table or in a bowl of, you know, a flat basket or something. Yeah, so I really like it. I'm happy with how that one came out. And guess what? Do you remember my FFO goal for this year?
You made it? 20?
This is at 24.
Wow.
Because my goal was 2 a month. I started the year with a bang. I had a great month last month. And this is number 24. But I'm not quitting. I have a new goal in my head. Not saying it out loud.
36.
No, it's not that high. It's not that high. But I'm going to keep finishing, but I'm really happy with that. My FFO list keeps getting shorter, but then I keep finishing.
Yeah.
So
that's a real problem.
It's not getting that much shorter for having done 24. I think it's only like 10 shorter than the start of the year, but that's okay.
But that's good because they're old ones that you finished. It's not like it's something new and you kept pushing those others to the back.
Yeah. And if I hadn't done anything, I would be over 60.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, maybe some of those could be finishing your mother's.
Nice try. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we should have a finishing day one day. Yeah. Okay. Should we pause here before we go into quilting and knitting?
Yes.
For our surprise?
Yes, we have a surprise for you.
All right.
So, get ready. We're back. And you're probably not surprised who our special guest is. It's my wonderful granddaughter. Of course, she's my only granddaughter, too. Miss Jenna. And she is departing for school in New York.
In 11 days.
11 days. I was going to say a week and a half, but
no,
obviously
9 days.
9 days.
We've been in 11 days.
Okay. Yeah. So she thought she'd just come by to show you some of the things she's been working on and to say goodbye because she won't be probably home until Christmas because they have a really short Thanksgiving break. And between travel time and money, she's not coming home. And we're not going up there. So it'll be fun. You'll have a good time.
So why don't you tell them all about where you're going to school and what you're studying?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going to Purchase College in Harrison, New York. I'm studying theater design and technology, hopefully with a concentration in stage management, but we'll see if I change my mind. So, yeah.
And Harrison is just north of New York City, about what, it's 45 minutes or an hour?
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute train ride from the nearest city.
So.
Close to White Plains, New York, if people know where that is.
Yeah.
If there's any great cross stitch or quilt shops that I need to know about, please message me on Instagram or send me an email.
Yep. We need to
and
know.
If there are really good ones, then she'll be driving out with me next year.
Yep. See, I always told them they would only, my kids, I said, you get one ride to college, the second year you're on your own. And she called me about 3 weeks after she got into school and she said, oh, Mom, I found the greatest cross stitch store. It's called. Okay, we're both having senior moments. It'll come. But anyway, it was owned by Susan Greening Davis. It was a wonderful, wonderful store. So the second year, my husband had gotten a new job. So my son and I drove her up. And I filled my punch card, I think, in a weekend.
Yeah, and you did it again at graduation.
And I did it at graduation, too. It was a wonderful store.
It was.
And God knows what it was called.
In Alma, Michigan.
Yes, sorry, Susan. No, it was in.
Then it moved to St. Louis.
When I went there, it was St. Louis. It moved, yeah. So Susan Greening Davis, if you happen to be watching, we apologize, and the name will come to us in a few minutes, and we'll tell everybody what it is.
Yeah. But, or I'll get a text at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
with the name of the store. When I first got to school, it was walking distance from the college, but then she moved to a beautiful shop.
Oh yeah, it was great. Had a nice front porch and had a nice comfortable bench on the front so the men could sit outside. And that back then they didn't have phones. That was how many years ago? There were no phones. They just either had to sit there and smoke or look at a book or just watch everybody walk out with all their bags of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great shop. And it will come to us, the name. Oh, this is driving me crazy.
You want to show them what you brought?
Yeah.
You brought some things to share.
I think it's been like a year
since
I was last on. So I have one that I did. I think I started it after I was on last year.
Well, wait, let's just say for the new viewers who are here and haven't seen you ever before, that Jenna likes to do diamond painting. And that's what she's going to show.
Yes.
And she's gone crazy over diamond painting. She diamond paints like nuts.
Okay, so this is the first one. If you can't tell, it's a friend's diamond painting. And this one was given to me by my lovely theater teacher, who's just the absolute best. And she saw it in Michael's one day and gave it to me. So.
And she's the whole reason you're going to do what you're going to do.
She is the reason that I am studying tech. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one.
Next?
I'll do this one next.
Okay.
And then this one is one Barbara.
She's probably watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Barbara. So hi, Barbara. I love all the paintings you have sent to me. I have done all but 2, and those will have to stay in my drawer because I can't take them all to college, unfortunately.
And also, again, for our new viewers, Barbara is one of our viewers. And when she found out that Jenna was doing diamond painting, she had a lifetime supply of them, I guess, and sent Jenna several. And then when she found out Jenna was running out, she sent her more.
Yes.
So that was
It's amazing.
really neat.
Yeah.
Many
Really
thanks to her. She's great.
Is this an up and down or a side?
This
by
is
side?
an up and down.
Okay.
So this one is also one that's different because it has square diamonds instead of circular diamonds. So I did this one about a year ago. And it also, some of the diamonds have iridescent on them. So they sparkle more than the other ones, which is, it's not entirely fun to deal with because the wax that I use in my tool, the iridescent will stick to them and it'll come off and it will make the wax not sticky anymore.
Sorry.
So
Right in front of your face.
when I use iridescent diamonds, I usually just use tweezers to put them on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're really pretty.
Yeah.
And then this is one I just recently finished probably a month ago, I think. This was another one sent to me by Barbara.
If you're wondering how she does all these, outside of having a summer job, most of the rest of her summer has been writing thank you notes, going on vacation, and diamond painting while she listens to true crime podcasts.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
So I'm prepared for anything.
yeah, right.
So this is a very pretty one.
This is gorgeous.
Yes. I love it. Very nice springtime one. This one
Beautiful.
probably took me a month to
You
do.
can bring it down so you can see your face.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it also has iridescent right here on the sun, so those sparkle more than
It's beautiful.
Usual.
Wow.
See if we can get a little bit of a...
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how we can...
No, I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
If you want to see what it's like, go buy some iridescent sparkles.
And then this last one I have, I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. This is the biggest diamond painting I have ever done. Before I show it to you, it was the size of my desk, and it took me probably 2.5 months.
Was
to
this
finish.
from Barbara too?
This was from Barbara. So, I stand up to unveil this one.
Wow.
It is 6 of the Disney princesses. It is ginormous, but I loved it. It was very fun working on it the whole time and tracking my progress as it took forever to do.
And let me just mention that while she was doing these, and she was in school, she was in the top 30 of her class, graduating class. So it's not like she
I was
spent all
able
her
to do
time.
I was able to do most of my homework at school because I had a study hall. So then I could just come home and diamond paint when I didn't have rehearsal.
For those of you who think she might have been goofing off and not studying, she was studying.
Yes.
She was working hard.
She did very well. Very well.
So what do you think you'll be up to in college? You already said you can't take all your diamond paintings, so what's going to keep you occupied outside of, school?
Shop time and rehearsal.
Okay. And you'll also do a rotation through the costume shop.
Yeah.
So you'll be learning to make costumes, so maybe you'll have a costume to show at
Yeah.
some point, or a picture of one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically going to take up all my time.
Yeah.
And then just hanging out with friends.
Yeah. Who better be in your curriculum so you can all build things together
Yeah.
and make costumes and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, it's a very creative school with lots of art-focused majors. Yeah.
It's a liberal arts school, so they have lots of majors there. But their main focus is dance, music, and theater.
So it's basically a conservatory.
Yeah.
It is a conservatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for my program specifically, it's a conservatory, which means that most of my classes revolve around my major, and classes that are required for my gen ed are classes that are also required for my major. So like my design fundamentals class this year is my Arch Gen Ed. So,
Excellent. All right. Anything else you want to say before you head out? She's going to work now.
I'll see you in December or January.
Yeah.
Whichever one.
Yeah.
And she'll post lots of pictures.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, we'll post the farewell pictures at school with the hankies and the Kleenex and the tears.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to do that. Yeah. And then 10 minutes down the road, you're going, oh, it wasn't so bad. Having done it twice, yeah, it was challenging leaving them because they were both going to places where they didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the same with Jenna. She's going to a whole new location. It's not like she's going to an in-state school where a lot of her friends would be here. So she's really, stepping out and making a big leap, and we're really proud of her. And we know she's going to have a good time.
Nobody knows where Purchase is. No.
Very similar. Nobody knew where Alma was.
Yeah.
They still don't, most of them. So, yeah. All righty. Let's say bye.
Bye.
We're back. We hope you liked our surprise. And I know she was excited to talk to you guys and show you what she's accomplished and tell you that she's ready to go. And I think we're ready for her to go.
Until I have to leave her.
Yeah.
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 Be the hard part.
But, we don't raise them to stay home. We don't raise them to live with us forever. God forbid. And so...
You love it when I come back and spend a couple days with you now.
Yeah, I know, but that's not permanently.
Yeah.
And I'm not supporting you. That's the big difference. You're making lots of money now, so you can support me. Yeah, right. I dream a lot. But anyway, we're really looking forward to her getting there and having an exciting time. She is just so wired for it. I don't know if you could tell, but she's ready to go. She's really, really looking forward to it. She's made friends. She's gotten pretty close with her roommate and then another gal that she met on Instagram. They bonded over Hamilton or something.
A TV show.
Some TV show. Yeah. One of the, I don't know which one she watched.
Manifest, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. But anyway, I'm old. And so she's looking forward to meeting her, and she's just hopping up and down, and she's ready, and she's packing, and she's been packing for 2 months. And so,
no, she hasn't been packing. She's been thinking about packing. Yeah. When I sat down with her, we packed.
Well, she was putting stuff in the laundry basket I gave her. She was collecting it. She was collecting for 2 months. So I put it that way.
A good way. Yes.
So anyway, she will be on her way, and we'll probably show a couple pictures next time. So anyway, when we talked about the single color, I've shown this before, I believe, but we just thought we'd show you again. And I think Jennifer thinks it might be imaginating. It could be. I think I still have the pattern. I did this in 2004, but I loved doing it. It went so quickly, just the one color, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. I'd do it again, but I loved it. I thought it was super.
Yeah.
So there it is. Okay. So now we'll do haul.
Yes. Oh, do you want to do quilting? No, haul first and then quilting?
First, yeah.
Okay. I can go first. I only have one thing for haul. I haven't been shopping. You'll see why in a minute. I won a giveaway from Helen D. And it's these 4 Lizzie Kate charts. And they spell out Merry Christmas, which is super cute. And they become that on the back when you stitch them all together. And she had a giveaway, and I don't usually enter the giveaways when people have them because I think we have so much access to patterns, but I thought, oh, that Lizzie Kate is so cute, and then I won it. So thank you, Helen.
Yes,
I'm very happy. I'm gonna have to look for, this would look good on the same one that you stitched your Christmas rules on, the sparkly green. So
I'll finish someday.
Yeah, I may have to keep my eye out for that.
Yeah.
So that's my only haul.
Yeah, it was really neat. Helen sent us a note asking for her address, and I almost gave her mine. But we share the Two Tall Stitchers Gmail, and she would have caught on.
Yeah.
And then I would have been in deep trouble.
And I bought 2 red zippers, and you'll see why in a minute.
Oh, okay. All right, I got my color and cotton for this month, which are great colors. Great fall colors. Let's see, what are they called? This one is hot sauce. Do it a little closer. And then flambe. There's no accent, so it could be flam. And then green pepper. But I love them. I think they're great.
Green pepper, her favorite vegetable.
I know. Oh, yeah. I've got to figure out something to do with all these. I held up my group of them before, and I said to Jennifer, maybe I need to switch to the neutrals because there's
I was
so many.
looking for it.
Oh, it's right there by the chair. You can hop over there and get it. The box is on the floor. Right in front of the chair. You'll see it. But I have a great collection of the brights and variegateds. And I only get 3 a month, which makes sense because if I had more, I'd really be in trouble. But that's my collection that I've gotten. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. So I got to work out something for them.
Yeah.
I have used a few of them. You can see there's a few hanging strings and everything.
It would be neat to do a temperature chart, but pick these.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of colors there for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, and then, I work in the store. I do the ordering. And
one for you, one for me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So this is the new one out, Seaside. And I really wanted this one. So I really bought it. And then I wound up.
I really bought it.
Yeah. I got black coffee. I got wagon wheel, snowball, hickory sticks, and cadet. And they're all part of this.
Which go with that.
They go with that. So so that was that. And then Pam and I, we sew every week, and we went to lunch this one week, a couple of Thursdays ago, and there's a quilt store up in Lebanon that a lady, a friend of ours, has, and I said, we ought to go up and look at Connie's store because she's expanding into the next suite, and it'll be neat to see, and she said, okay, and she said, I'll check and see if she's open, as I turned on the freeway, and so it's only 15 minutes from here, so we went up, and I have... for our quilt retreat, this is our mystery fabric. We've shown you this before that we have to make something with this year. Well, I went in there and I was looking around and I found this, which I think is so neat and will go well with it. Now, I'm not showing you the pattern because it's a surprise and you'll see it when I get it done. But
it's really neat.
I'm really excited. I found another black one up there, but then I saw this with the yellow perks in it. And I was popped.
So I'm gonna look and see if the selvage is on here and tells what this fabric line is. But I have a question about it. Is it? Did they have it in multiple colors, like black and white and red, black and white and blue?
No.
Okay. This just says fabrics of Soho.
Timeless treasures.
Timeless treasures, fabrics of Soho. Yeah.
But I just thought I just liked the yellow pop in it. I had picked out a black and white one, and then I saw this, and I said, oh, don't cut that. Wait. And I just thought it would be neat. So I have the other pieces that go with it, and you'll see it, but just not right away.
In the fall.
In the fall. Yeah, after October. Retreat. And then I was standing there, and she'd gotten the new line in, and I like to make project bags, and I thought these were so cute. So, yeah, this one. And the plaid. So that'll be a project bag.
Do we know the line on these? Summer Picnic by Sazzarelli Designs is this one. But Paintbrush Studio Fabrics.
And I think this is the same company.
Okay.
They were together. So
yeah.
So they go together. Because look at the colors. They match perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's it. So I was really pretty good. I bought a half yard of fabric at Hobby Lobby to put a border on my Moda quilt, which you'll see when it's finished. Mm-hmm. And I bought some rings to attach things to the project bags, but I've been fairly calm. Well, I did do a little electronic shopping, but it hasn't come yet, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count until it comes.
I don't have to tell you. Oh, it did come. Oh, well.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a lot.
All right, sewing?
Sewing,
show
okay.
Your sewing?
Yeah.
Quilting? Well, this is sewing, not quilting.
Yeah. These, you've seen them again. And I got carried away, and I made this one. I love this fabric. And then I love the butterflies with the cork.
Pretty.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? Yeah. With the cork. So, so I made 2 of them, and never know. Might make a few more. I'm having fun with them. And that's really it.
All right.
I bought some Milky Way darks, but they don't count.
I've been busy the last 3 weekends because
Oh, yeah.
What's more fun than waiting till the last minute to make what you told your daughter you'd make her? Working on a duffel bag for my daughter. It's called the Delightful Duffel. I don't remember the pattern designer, but we'll put the name of the pattern in the show notes. And it's almost done, so I brought it. Here it is. It is I would say, a full-size duffel bag. It has slip pocket, zipper pocket, slip pockets on both ends. Also the other side. There's the other end. It Velcros. These are the 2 zippers I bought. And then opens. And then it has mesh pockets on the inside. Yep. Don't look too closely because I haven't closed off my binding on the inside, but it's going to New York in 9 days, as you heard. So it will be finished next time. So this is done with Bosal double-sided fusible foam, and then you quilt a big piece, cut it out, and then assemble all these different pieces, and then at the end you put the bag together. I haven't given it a good press yet, so the corners aren't real tight. That's a tip I learned from Lazy Girl Designs, Joan Hawley, that you really give it a good steam press after you've finished it to set the corners, so I'll do that. It's been fun to make. It's been challenging. I am spoiled by a couple of bag designers.
She makes a lot of bags.
Over time I've made a lot. Lazy Girl Designs, their bags are awesome. Atkinson Designs has nice bags and great instructions. It's going to turn out nicely, but the instructions have been a little more challenging in this one. I also told my mom if she bought the stuff and cut it out, I would make her a bag. So you'll get to see another one of these.
Yep. We went to, over in Illinois, we were with our friend Paula, and we went on a little shop hop, and we went into a store which unfortunately has closed.
Yeah.
Which just breaks my heart. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But they had this bag made, and I saw it, and it was in the fall, and Jennifer said, well, I'll make it for your birthday if you buy the supplies. So I said, sure. So that's been, probably 3 years now? At least it was before COVID.
Yeah.
And everything is before COVID, you know. It's not before kids or anything else, it's before COVID. So I have all my stuff, but it's kind of nice that she got to practice on it first with this one.
Yeah, because I told Mom there's a few places where I didn't necessarily agree with the
designer,
the colors that she chose, like where she chose to use an accent fabric versus a lining fabric. So I was showing Mom that, and she'll need to make a choice of what she wants to do on those spots. So almost done. Oh, and then I have to make, did I say I have to make the bottom? Where you take like a Timtex, a thick, stiff interfacing and make a bottom for the bag. So this will be headed to New York. She's very excited to have it. She picked out the fabrics. These are Lori Holt. I don't remember the fabric line.
Did you get them back?
We got them at Backdoor Quilt Shop. There's the interior. It's a really pretty cream with yellow, red, and gray circles on it. And I love a light interior. This is my tip. If you don't make bags and you make yourself a bag, don't make a dark interior, make a light interior, because then you can see stuff in it.
Yeah.
So it is almost done. And I will be glad to have that finished. And then
looking forward to making another one.
Yes. Yes. So
my colors are totally different. I bet you can't guess what color they are.
Yeah. Not pink and red. So I've been doing a lot of sewing because I started 3 weekends ago, and the first weekend I quilted it and I cut it out and I started a couple of the pieces, and then last weekend I did all the different piece assembly except for the handles, and then this weekend I did the handles and putting it all together because we have retreat coming up, as we've said, starting Thursday, and I was like, I have to have it done before retreat. So
because we get home on Sunday and they leave Tuesday morning.
We leave Tuesday, and I work Monday, so might be a little busy. So it's done, yay! And now, like, I'm free and well, I say I'm free and clear with quilting, but I got to make my challenge I know what I'm going to make, but I haven't picked out the fabrics, so
Oh, okay.
got to do that too.
Yeah, but that's October, so you've got a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I know, but if I take too much of a break, then I'll be doing it the night before retreat.
Yeah. Like me with my,
yeah.
whatever. So,
all right. You guys know my plans over the next few weeks. Taking a kid to college. And I'm going to tennis matches. My son's tennis team starts playing on Monday.
Unfortunately, their game the other night got canceled.
Well, it was a
scrimmage
yesterday morning that got canceled because of weather.
Yeah.
So hopefully Monday night we get to start playing. He's going to play 3 singles this year, and he's very excited.
Singles 3.
Singles 3.
Yeah.
Or
Let's get it right.
Singles.
No, singles 3 is what he calls it.
He'll be the 3rd player in the order. Last year he played doubles, and he really liked doubles, and now that he's playing singles, he really likes singles. So it's good. He's excited for the season, and I look forward to watching him. That'll be my life, that retreat, and then college and tennis. I figured I need to find a project that I can do at tennis, because I don't like to stitch at tennis. It's like too much stuff
because you got to watch.
So I need
crochet.
And usually I don't do anything when he's playing, but if his match ends early, then we wait until the whole team is done.
Yeah.
And so last year I worked on embroidery, so I need to go through my stuff. I have some embroidery pieces I think I can pull out.
I need to look too. Yeah. I have stuff.
Yeah. Hand embroidery.
Yeah. Oh, I've got lots of that.
Yeah. What are
My
your plans after you finish working at the shop on Tuesday?
Well, Wednesday is... I have something on Wednesday, I think, and then we have retreat Thursday through Sunday, and then Monday it'll be off, and then they leave, and I juggle back and forth between their house and mine, which isn't far. It's only 7 minutes down the road, so it's not a big deal. And then, but I have to feed Jack. I hadn't thought about that. I have to.
We'll leave the fridge.
Bring lots of food. Because watching him eat sushi last night, I mean, he was like, oh, yeah, this is really good. And it was gone. It just disappears. And then we have more doctor visits coming up and stuff. So that's, my life these days. Yeah. I'm doing all the driving.
And next week, my dad turns 90.
Yeah.
So we got to do some kind of birthday, something for him. But he won't remember which day his birthday is, so we could do it later.
He might remember that.
Oh, he might.
He doesn't know how old he is, but he might remember that.
Yeah.
But so
big birthday coming up.
Yes.
But not a big party. He's not a big party guy.
No, we would not have a big party.
Yeah.
But
All right.
So and our question for all of you is we didn't even talk about it, so now we have to decide.
You know what? We talked about we've had a couple on here for a while. A long time ago we asked what's your favorite thing to stitch with? Is it silk? Is it cotton? So this time, why don't we get maybe a little more specific and say, what is your favorite brand of floss? Do you have a favorite? Is it DMC? Is it Cosmo? Is it Dinky Dyes? Classic Color Works? If you have a brand that you're like, this is my favorite, let us know what it is. I'll be curious to hear. I'm sure we'll get a long list of favorites that you enjoy the most. Maybe not that you use the most, because like there might be some people that really enjoy silk but they don't use it for everything because of the price. But let us know what your favorite brand of floss is.
That'd be great.
All right, well, do you want to close this out?
If you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to leave them on the underneath where you can comment, or you can send us an email if you have a question, and we try and respond. I check them probably more frequently than she does, since she's busy working and I'm just goofing off. And then we hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, we hope you stay, come back. Click the like button and subscribe, and then you can reach, she's on Instagram at Jen Quilter. I'm on Instagram at Grand Stitches. I don't post as much as she does, but I'm trying. And our email is twotallstitchers@gmail.com. And I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming for number 42. Wow. Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Yep. Take care. And I guess, sorry. No, this isn't funny. The one thing I want to say is I don't know if we have any viewers in Hawaii, but our hearts are just broken for you. It's horrible. Between that and the bad heat, and then the flooding in the Northeast and everything, we're very fortunate where we are. We have not so
Yeah.
far had any catastrophic weather, and you guys have. And please know that we think of you, and we wish we could do something. I know we can't change the weather, but we do think of you and send out lots of loving thoughts. So take care, and we'll see you in 3 weeks with more news about the departure. So bye.
Bye.